KGO TV Channel 7, number 1 in Northern California. Now, Carolyn Tyler, Frank Cracher, Joel Bartlett Weather, and Russell Shamoka Sports. This is Channel 7 News at 11.
It appears that the explosion that occurred yesterday in the World Trade Center was in all likelihood the result of some type of explosive device.
Investigators are all but certain yesterday's blast that rocked the New York's World Trade Center was no accident. Tonight, the question is who is responsible and why. The explosion killed at least 5 and injured more than 1,000. 2 people are listed as missing. Good evening, I'm Carolyn Tyler.
And I'm Frank Cracher. Coming up, a wave of terrorism overseas. Also, a double murder in the North Bay.
But topping the news, the head of the FBI is saying tonight that yesterday's deadly explosion might be linked to the troubles in the former Yugoslavia. If terrorists are found to be responsible, Americans may now be faced with the kind of fear common in Europe and the Middle East. ABC's Karen Burns has the latest.
This morning, New Yorkers, all Americans, awoke to face a new and chilling reality.
There is an immense crater. It's very difficult to imagine what else could have done it other than a bomb.
Overnight, something had changed. Americans were vulnerable.
Fear is another weapon that's used against you. And that's what terrorists are all about, if these were terrorists. And what they're trying to do is deny you normalcy.
Watch out, watch out!
The very notion of normalcy was shattered when a massive explosion shook the World Trade Center towers and the Vista Hotel. From the garage beneath the hotel, the blast ripped through several levels. In just an instant, 80,000 workers and visitors became unwilling captives, unwitting victims.
You can see right through where the cars got overturned.
This morning, emergency workers and officials kept the building sealed off due to structural damage. Rescuers continued to search for bodies, but they were hampered by safety concerns and layer upon layer of rubble and debris.
There's still got to be people in areas that we can't get there down there.
As of this evening, at least 2 building employees are reported missing. Although the area is not safe enough for criminal investigators to search either, police and FBI agents have ruled out any other cause for the explosion and point to what they see as evidence of a bomb.
The magnitude of the explosion, the fact that a significant amount of heat was generated, and the fact that traces of nitrate were found. I think those 3 factors strongly indicate that it was some sort of explosive device.
The target that was selected was very carefully chosen. It was probably the result of very careful surveillance and monitoring to determine the best ingress to the target and where to place the bomb.
19 different callers claimed responsibility for yesterday's explosion. Each will be thoroughly investigated. Meanwhile, state and federal officials have heightened security measures at New York airports, federal buildings, and other sensitive areas. Officials agree that as of today, we have entered a new phase in American society, one in which safety is of utmost concern. Karen Burns, ABC News, New York.
Across the river in New Jersey, a terminal at Newark International Airport was evacuated today following a bomb threat. No device was found and the building is open again tonight. But hourly parking's been banned beneath all of that airport's terminals because President Clinton is scheduled to land in Newark on Monday for a speech at Rutgers University. And in Washington, D.C. tonight, security's been beefed up at the White House, the Capitol building, and other national monuments. Bomb-sniffing dogs and mirrors are being used to check cars for possible explosive devices following the World Trade blast. Officials say there have been no threats, that these measures are simply precautionary. But in the Philippines tonight, at least 25 people have been injured in an explosion at the Zamboanga airport. Officials in that southern city say a bomb went off in the terminal building, causing extensive damage, and that another explosive device was found and safely detonated. 4 of those injured are reportedly in critical condition tonight. No group has claimed responsibility, but police are speculating that blast was the work of Muslim extremists.
A group of tourists in Egypt got no warning before a bomb exploded last night. It happened in Cairo. A crude bomb packed with steel nails went off in a crowded coffee shop. 4 people were killed, including 2 tourists. 18 were injured. Police suspect a Muslim extremist group that has been targeting tourists in recent months. But late today, the group issued a statement denying any involvement in the bombing. In London, 12 people have been injured too seriously from a bomb that exploded near a popular weekend market. This device was hidden in a garbage can. Police say there were 2 telephone calls before the blast that included code words used by the Irish Republican Army. Police also said the warning gave a false location of the bomb, apparently designed to injure people while they were evacuating.